So, this is the podcast. It's the podcast hour. Welcome to the ChungaBunga podcast, guys. I am always joined by my good buddies and my friends and my awesome guys, Chris and Cody.
How's it going?
I quit.
You quit? Okay, well, Chris quits. I am Ish. You guys know me. And we got a little bit of an episode for a little tiny bit, little this much of an episode for you guys. First, I want to talk about kind of what we've been up to this week. Guys, do you guys have any new news for yourselves?
No, personal
really.
news?
Just what you've been up to this week. You know, nothing crazy. I mean, you don't got to tell anybody something crazy about yourself.
I fucked up my arms at the gym, and they hurt really, really bad.
Oh yeah.
I've been like T-Rexing it for the past 3 days because I can't fully extend my arms. So, but I'm building a new PC this week.
Dope. Yeah.
Getting ready to stream, make some videos and stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. And where can we find those videos that you will be making in the future?
My personal YouTube channel. Allow me to pull up the graphic to self-plug in. The ChungaBunga YouTube channel link you can find down in the description of the Twitch, right?
That's right.
You
There's
have
a
that
little
there?
link to it down below. What about you, Cody? What have you been up to this week?
Nothing really, man. Just a little busy around the house, playing a lot of Tarkov. Yeah, we did a speed run with our guild.
Okay.
Ended up like top 9 in the US or something.
Top 9.
Not as good as we wanted,
Yes.
but we're getting there.
You're getting there. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool. I've kind of been working on the channel. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but I was doing a couple of streams here and there.
Yeah.
Other than that, kind of just trying to eat better, except today I had like 3 burritos. Trying to eat better and kind of just hanging, playing some games, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Pleasantries have gone out the door. Let's talk about some stuff. I want to talk about Amazon Game Studios delaying another game. You guys hear about this shit?
Yeah, New World, yep. Yeah.
So New World,
Sad news.
their MMO, it's just like it's going all bad for Amazon games right now. You know, they had to pull Crucible because it was already like an unfinished game and it just couldn't compete in the market. And now, you know, they got to pull back New World, which is like what seemed like was going to be their saving grace for the studio. You know, I'm hoping they take the time to kind of polish the game and give it a little more like finishing touches with this time, you know?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, a lot of people are super excited about New World, and then it's like one of those things where like, you know, you're sad to hear that it's delayed again,
You're right.
but you're really happy because hopefully that means that they're going to do better. Like they're going to try harder.
Hopefully.
It's not just going to be, it's just not going to be a flop all over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I really hope for. That, you know, we get something new and polished and just fresh for the MMO scene, because it seems like it's been like very stagnant. It's been very like cookie cutter as of late. So something new would be cool.
It's disappointing because I remember a few years ago I went to the Game Developers Conference in San Francisco, and they were doing like demos for their engine that they're using for all their games. It's called Lumberyard.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And very slick, very intuitive. It seemed to at least load everything up and compile everything a lot faster than at least my experiences with Unreal Engine 4 have been.
Yeah.
And they had like some cool little knick-knack features in the engine, and I was impressed. I was like, cool, I can't wait to see what they can do with this engine. And it just sucks that they've been kind of stumbling out of the door, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that I hope pick up, you know, what with like competition coming back with like, you know, PlayStation 5 and then the new Xbox, just the next gen. like how the competition should be picking up. I feel like, they're just showing us, or they're not showing us the things that they're ready to like and unveil. You know what I mean? But when this
Yeah.
next generation comes in, it's gonna be like boom in your face. We're gonna see some crazy shit. We're gonna have John Madden writing on the screen for one of the IGN shows, or like some John Madden type like screen writing. It's gonna be great. At least I hope it will be. But for New World,
John Madden
yeah,
scribbling all over E3, dude.
yeah. Oh fuck. 3.
Man.
But yeah, I hope it just means that New World is going to get some more content. I read somewhere that they're going to take the time to add more mid to end game content, so that's something positive, and that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Definitely. Did you guys see the PvP gameplay they had like a few weeks ago?
No.
No, I didn't check it out.
Looked really solid. Like
Yeah.
high act. It looked like, at least from the bit I saw, it looked high action, like castle siege kind of gameplay, artillery going off. It seemed pretty cool. Seemed kind of like your typical MMO, like kind of like a Black Desert Online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of high action, but God, I can't put. I lost my thought. I was gonna I was gonna combine it with something else, but it left my head.
That's all right.
It seemed really cool.
That's good. Yeah, I'm down to check it out.
You're talking about Black Desert Online. It reminded me of this video I watched of this one dude. Like, he was watching people kill a world boss, and he waited till they were done, and he just like went up and blew up like 10 plus players at the same time. Just destroyed them all. It was great.
And that's the wonderful thing about world bosses, is just sitting there and waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting for the best moment. Okay, we got.
That game was frustrating, though, Dean.
Yeah, I got over it very quickly. We talked about streaming earlier. I talked about streaming earlier. A really interesting piece of news. Ninja, everybody's boy, Ninja, came back and started streaming on YouTube. So like the YouTube live thing. And
so, I was gonna say, he started streaming on YouTube, but it's not under like a contract or anything, so he's not locked to it or anything.
No, I think he's just gonna sit on it.
Yeah, he just started streaming to YouTube, and YouTube's already come out and, well, they haven't come out and said, but pretty reliable sources say that they're not pursuing any contracts right now, like any
Right. Yeah, because if anything happens, Ninja's probably gonna get the best end of the deal, like he did with Mixer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool. I thought that was really neat that he, after just kind of hanging out for a little bit, he just came back, and it was huge. It was a huge stream, man. Of course it was, because it's Ninja,
Yeah.
And it's kind of exciting. This might even be like a way to kind of just do like the no nonsense, no contract stuff. Maybe he's like trying to get something like that going, where he could just do it for himself and he doesn't have to deal with all this other stuff. You don't think so?
Well, maybe, but like, I think right now he just doesn't care right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it might be a no nonsense, like he doesn't care about contracts for him, but I don't think he's trying to make a statement for other streamers or anything.
Oh. Well, I mean, I hope somebody fucking makes that statement, because that'd be great.
I don't think any of them are. But while we're on the topic of streamers, how about, more importantly, are there any updates on like where Shroud's gonna be streaming?
Nothing.
No. Nothing yet.
He's totally in the dark about it. But if Ninja surprises anything to go by, he'll probably try to pull like some similar stunt,
Yeah, Facebook gaming.
I mean, I don't know, dude. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook gaming. I've seen a lot of stuff going on over there.
Man, I'll check him out wherever he goes. I like his Tarkov content. I like watching him play Tarkov.
You like watching anybody play Tarkov.
Problem is with Facebook gaming, it's not as a reliable way for people like them to make income. You know what I mean? Like, you're only really going to be able to make like a decent amount of money off of Facebook and YouTube, or sorry, YouTube and Twitch.
And Twitch. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. But you know, if the companies see that there's money in it, you know that they're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
Um, so a couple of things. I wanted to talk about some new PS5 stuff. Well, not really new, but like it's been out, you know, for us for a good second. So the PlayStation 5, you know, we were talking about that a couple weeks ago. Uh, they're gonna have this weird like user created demo system. I know that sounds kind of weird, but let me explain that. So basically, if you play one of your older games, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, you can like clip like a part of
Yeah.
the game and like upload it to a system and somebody can play that clip of the game. Like you're creating a demo by yourself so the community members can play a game that you were playing.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently it's an old patent that they had and they like re-upped it and it's just a thing that they want to do. There's like even a button on the PlayStation 5 controller that lets you like do that.
So weird.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, especially like
Huh.
if you didn't get a chance to play those old PS3 games or if you don't have it on your account anymore, it's pretty nice to like just be able to go back and be like, "Oh, hey, check this out or check that out." Especially since not every game has like remote play function. I think it's a pretty neat idea. How it's exactly gonna work, I'm not sure, but I think it's gonna be a big up for PS5. It'll feel like we're getting demo discs in the freaking mail again, and those were the best days. What do you think
All
about that,
right.
Chris?
That.
Well, Cody as well.
Yeah. No, that sounds dope, man. I don't know how that. I can't comprehend how they're doing that, but that sounds so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
That definitely sounds interesting. Like I would want to hear more details on like how they're doing. Like, I mean, obviously they probably won't say how they're doing it. That's just
Yeah.
kind of like what I'm
Yeah.
interested in. But it sounds like a good move. I mean, anything that will make consumers and players happy, like, it's a good thing, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So like basically you could go play Dark Souls or something and then like create a cut of a boss fight.
Yeah.
And then wow.
So, and it would have like everything that you have. You know what I mean?
See, and that's
Yeah.
great too, because it's like if Cody's gonna like, let's say Cody tries to like hype up a game to me, he's like, dude,
Yeah.
I played this part, it was awesome. He could cut that exact part, throw it to me, and I play it. So it's good for consumers, it's good for players, it's good even good for like the studios, because it's like almost helping them promote their games in a sense. Like it's just good all around.
Yeah, I also think that it's just good all around. It's good old fun too. It'll be dope to go back and play Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX and do the same demo that I saw when I was a kid, you know, and just upload that. That'd be great. Uh, some more stuff about PS5, but kind of transitioning into PC stuff. Uh, Death Stranding is coming to PC. Death Stranding, the Hideo Kojima game that he did with Guillermo del Toro, and
Oh yeah.
the wonderful actor Norman Reedus. Uh, I played the game for PlayStation. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was like a little too crazy and ambitious, but you know, with it coming into PC, I'm really excited about it. Just because now it like leaves the game open for all kinds of mods and shit. You know what I mean? Like modders will
Yeah.
find a way to make this game the game that we wanted it to be. You know what I mean? That's
Indeed.
yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. That's coming out on July 14th and hoping that it does well so Hideo Kojima and that studio can get some more money so that they can figure out a way to make Silent Hills or some sort of Silent Hills game.
Please, I would love that.
Yeah, especially since you're going to be playing Resident Evil soon, so you're going into the horror genre now. So that's
So
gonna be awesome.
excited. And that is a reminder for our viewers. In a couple of weeks, once I get the old computer built up, Ish and I are going to be streaming Resident Evil 7. I'm huge on jump scares. I get the jumps pretty easily when it comes to games like that. So should definitely be a good time. And Yeah, if we get like 250 subscribers more by then, I'll turn off the lights while I'm playing it.
Yeah, but you still have to have some sort of flashlight on in your face. You know what I mean? uh,
like Alone in the Dark, like shining up kind of deal.
yeah, exactly. Like you're telling spooky stories.
So it'll be like Blair Witch, all the camera under my face, like some snot coming out of my nose.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. But yeah, freaking Death Stranding coming to PC. Um, that's exciting news, especially since we had Horizon coming to PC. Things
Oh,
are just things are just coming to PC, man, and we just gotta, we gotta enjoy it. It's Horizon. We got Death Stranding. Who knows? It could be all kinds of games. We could get like God of War for PC. We can get Bloodborne for PC. And we can get all kinds of stuff for PC. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for the announcements now. It's a good time.
Yeah, man. This
Bloodborne would be nice. It's the only Souls-like game that people have been talking about with me where I actually would probably play it.
That game's dope, dude. If it ever comes to PC,
everyone has had good things to say about it.
Yeah, it's super cool. I will give you the floor, Chris, because I know you wanted to talk about a couple things.
So, as some of you know, I love Destiny 2.
Yeah.
However, I acknowledge that it is extremely, extremely flawed. It has a lot of issues.
Yeah.
And one thing I'd been saying since Destiny 2 launched on PC was that it's not just Activision's fault. Like, from conversations that I've had from people close to the source, you could say.
Okay.
And between reports, it was just obvious that Bungie was kind of making these decisions on their own and kind of, essentially, in my opinion, ruining their own game. And as some of you know, be it like from Halo or Destiny, someone who was in charge of a lot of their music was Marty O'Donnell.
Yep.
Recently, he went on to do an interview with a YouTuber named Hidden Xperia. I believe it was like 2 hours long.
Okay.
But during that interview, he explained the relationship between Activision and Bungie and the issues that he had with that. And we won't do this a lot on the ChungaBunga podcast, but there's a little excerpt from a Games Radar article that I just wanted to read really quick.
Yeah, go
just
for
to kind of like emphasize where I'm going with this. So it says he claims that part of the deal with Bungie meant Activision couldn't mess with the IP, but that the only way they could be prevented from messing with the IP is if all the leadership at Bungie said, you can't mess with the IP, and that's not what happened. While O'Donnell doesn't name names, he goes on to say that was probably the biggest disappointment. We worked for a decade to make sure we could be in a position where we could stand up to the publisher saying, no, we own the IP, you can't mess with it. And I was overruled and eventually let go.
That's fucked up, dude.
So, I mean, I'm not saying to some people that I was right, but it wasn't just Activision. And that's why I believe that, like, Bungie and Activision splitting up wasn't necessarily the best thing, because now there's 2 less studios working on the game. But it just shows that it's like there's a huge leadership problem at Bungie. And it needs to be sorted out. If they get their whole season pass thing that they have going on, where they release a quote unquote mini DLC every 3 months, it's just not working. Like, there's a leadership problem at Bungie right now, and I don't think Destiny 2 is going to be the game that, hell, even Destiny 1 was, until they get that shit sorted out. And they need to pull the whole, well, we made Halo, stick out of their ass and clean house, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bad way to do. I was having a conversation with another friend of ours, well, friend of the casts, about Fallen Order, the Star Wars game, right? And I was watching them play, and I was like, wow, this game looks like it got polished up, and it looks really nice now compared to when I first saw it, you know?
Uh,
And we got into a talk about like Respawn, the developers for the Fallen Order game, and there is a good way for a developer to be like, we made this game, so of course we make good things. And then there's a bad way, like how Bungie's doing it. Like Respawn straight up went to EA and was like, we're not changing shit. Like we're gonna make this game the way we make it, and that's it. You know?
Sounds like a few other devs that we know.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, but they did it right. But they were telling the publisher, they're just like, hey guys, this is what we brought to the table. If you don't like it, then that's it. This is what we got. And I was watching Fallen Order. I was like, this is pretty cool. Pretty cool game. I'm glad EA didn't stick their fingers and stuff in the pot. Uh,
yeah, and don't get me wrong. I give credit to Bungie for like the split up with Activision, because I know that it was a choice, But
Yeah.
it's like they do that, then they say, and everyone's like, "Oh, everything's fixed. The game's gonna be so much better." Well, it's been a year, and the game is worse than it was when Activision was involved. So there's still a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
I think they went and tried to make something that they weren't ready to make. And I think that shows with the first Destiny, as far as like leveling up from 1 to max. I feel like the pacing for the game was very strange, and they just were like not ready to take the task to create something like that. That's just my personal opinion for Bungie, you know. Like
Yeah, I mean,
I don't hate on Bungie at all because Halo 3, so
they make the mistake that I used to make when I was in school, and that's coming up with a lot of big ideas that halfway through they realize they can't pull off.
Yeah.
yeah, that's just how it works, man. What's going on, Meg? How you doing?
Hey,
Every
how's it going,
time
Josh?
he comes in with that frickin' Bob Ross every time, and it kills me.
Pixel Bob, dude, it's the best.
I'll take it anytime.
Man, so
Go
let
ahead,
me
Joe.
let me just get this off my chest. All right, I had such high hopes for the original Destiny, man. It was a decent game at the start. Problem is, like, just like most games that are developed for console, it just falls off when you try to play it on PC. It's a great game for console. It's a really, really good game for console. But when it comes to PC, it's just so lackluster. It's missing so much.
Well, the competition on
Uh,
PC is like kind of crazy for that type of thing too, though.
yeah. Well,
So,
it's not just Destiny that I feel this way about, right? It's also Division, and yeah, man, all my friends know I really like Division. Division, the first one, was so much fun.
We play that
It
a
was
lot.
it was just lacking, dude. It just lacked a lot of optimization and
Yeah.
content and other things. It just didn't feel optimized for PC. It just felt like a port. And that's the worst feeling, when you just feel second grade, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and as Josh here says, same thing happened with Anthem,
yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
poor,
mean,
poor
yeah.
Anthem.
Or
Well,
Anthem, man.
the huge thing about Anthem too was it's like they had this ridiculous like marketing campaign for fucking Anthem, And it's
Yeah.
like instead of putting that money into the marketing campaign, they could have just put the money into the game, and that
Yep.
probably would have fixed a lot of the issues.
Yeah.
It's just
Like they looked at Destiny and was like, all right, what issues do people have with Destiny? Let's fucking multiply that
yeah,
by 5 or 10
yeah.
and deliver that as a game.
Well, that's like a BioWare thing too, where it's like, what is somebody else doing? Oh, we could do that. Oh, we fucked up. Oh,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
That's kind of it. It's like when Mass Effect 3 came out, it's like, oh, now we're gonna make it super crazy. We're gonna do like some Fallout shit, and then it was not good.
Yeah, these games need to. I don't know. Like, I don't know if more people need to be hired, or if like a smaller studio needs to be contracted or something. But something needs to be done to improve the quality of these games for PC. Because as much as I like Destiny 2, I completely agree with Cody. Like, it's not properly optimized for PC, and anyone who's played it long enough like knows that. Like, it runs well. Like, don't get me wrong, it runs fine, but I mean, the AI is just so fucking stupid, dude. Like, when you like when you play a PC when you play a PC game and you're using mouse and keyboard and you have that control, like, you expect a certain level of intelligence on who you're fighting, and they have to artificially make the game difficult, and I just don't like it. It's like, give me intelligent AI.
Have you ever played Star Wars Battlefront 2, like the new one?
Yeah.
That is like next to Aliens Colonial Marines, that is the dumbest AI I've ever seen. They will literally stand and look like away from you for like 10 seconds before they do anything about like your presence.
Dude, I would not be opposed to playing some Destiny or Division 2 on stream. I don't know if you guys have that. They recently did like some update, like Battlefield New York or something.
Yeah,
Seems
they
kind
have
of fun.
they have the new DLC. Yeah, I have it for
that's
PC.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like these games could be not as great as we wanted, but there's still some enjoyment in these games. So it's not all bad, right? It's not like we're just completely shitting on them. It's like
No.
I really, really, really love the idea of Destiny and Division 2, or just Division in general.
Division in general, yeah.
Yeah. The
Definitely.
only problem that I have with the games, both games, is the fact that they are not optimized for PC. That's the only issue.
I do have one bone to pick with Division 2. Like, one of the funnest modes, or at least a mode that we had a lot of enjoyment with, Cody, was that survival mode in Division 1.
Yeah.
That was fun, yeah.
They never brought that back, did they?
What?
Division 2.
No, they haven't brought it back
I didn't
yet.
know that. That's crazy. I did not know that.
I'm thinking that's in the future plans. They're kind of gonna like bring it out the same way they brought it in Division, where like, oh shit, things are looking bad. All right, push out survivor mode. Push out survivor mode. You know.
Man.
So.
Because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Josh says, it's hard saying this without being on the inside, but I felt like it had to do with the schedule. The game pushed out the door, no content, pretty game-breaking bugs with loot. Yeah, for Anthem, that was the case. I was there day one. I was there like minute one, for Anthem, and it was kind of cool. You know, you got your little mech suit that you would get inside, and then you pick your class, and then nothing. Literally, like the quest after you get your suit, it's nothing. You don't do anything for hours, and it kind of blew.
Yeah.
It was so cool. It was so cool. I got the green mech that does all that agility shit and flies in the air, but it's like that's all I was doing for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Once Anthem rolled around, I kind of gave up on the genre a little bit because of like Destiny 2 and Division. Man, it just didn't feel.
Yeah, well, I mean,
feel worth supporting.
I mean, Far Cry 6 is coming out, and that's gonna be like multiplayer funsies, and that looks good. It looks super good.
Anthem looked good too.
What happened?
I said Anthem looked good too when it was like first being announced.
Yeah, but it's Far Cry, and there's at least been a Far Cry game that was fun. You know what I mean? So it's got like a record where Anthem has like no record. What's the record? Like fucking Mass Effect.
What broke my heart the most was I remember like initially playing like one of the betas they had for Anthem, where it had some like story content. You could run around their little city thing or whatever. And I remember telling my friends, I'm like, dude, if this game works, it'll finally give Bungie the kick in the ass they need to fucking fix their game and to make it as good as I think it could be.
Yeah.
And then when Anthem came out and it was dog shit, I was like, well,
no competition. That's what it is. If there's no competition, then it's always gonna suck. It's always gonna suck if there's no competition. because there's nothing like you could just do the bare minimum and just keep making money, or do the bare minimum and just be passable. You know, like you can bring out a D+ game, and just, the teacher or us or IGN reviews or whoever the fuck is still gonna give it like a 9 out of 10, or
Yeah, because they already lied to people. Like they were like, oh, we're not gonna release cosmetic shit in our microtransactions that are like themed around specific events, and they fucking did it. And it's like nobody called them out on it. It's the biggest issue with this game is like their community, like leaders, like they're the streamers and content creators and stuff. Like they don't call out the studio when they do shit like that.
Right. I mean, that's another thing too. Like, remember when that whole issue with like Fortnite emotes and all that other shit was becoming a thing as well,
Yeah.
where it's just like they had a bunch of themed stuff. They had a
started
bunch of
getting
people
in trouble.
Yeah, started getting into trouble. People started being like,
Carlton
what the fuck
tried
is
to
going on?
sue.
Did it really? Alfonso Ribeiro really tried to sue?
Yeah, he tried to sue for his dance, which the creators of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air said, yeah, it's not copyrighted. He can't sue.
Alfonso
If anything, it
Ribeiro.
would belong to them, not him.
Even then, he would still win money for the studio. So
yeah,
man,
the studio said, yeah, I don't. Yeah, you don't worry about it, Fortnite. You do you.
what a fucking baller, Alfonso Ribeiro, man. God, I wish I knew that guy. He'd be my best friend. He'd be my best friend for sure. Yeah,
It's
that is
a little unusual
that is how the industry
to
just
be
is.
loved by anyone.
Fucking dance, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just the industry these days, it just sucks.
Yeah.
What I'm interested in seeing again is stuff like we were talking before about like Ghost of Tsushima coming out. So that's a good game. That's a good game that could come out for PC. Even if they port it, I think that'll still be fine. It wouldn't be too bad. Kind of like how a Dark Souls port, it's just fine. More about Ghost of Tsushima though. That shit's coming out next week.
Man.
That shit is coming out next.
You excited, dude? That looks like it's such a good game.
I'm really excited because once I started seeing that it had a lot of like this Tenchu stuff, I was like, oh man, bring me back to PlayStation 1 Tenchu.
It's that like Dark Souls game, right? That's coming out.
Ghost of Tsushima?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No.
No.
Okay. I have no idea.
It's a good show though, or a game.
Yeah. It is completely out of like the Dark Souls realm. It's very much its own thing. It's like if you took old school like Japanese samurai movies and turned it into a fucking video game. That's what this is. And it looks tight. I'll show you after this podcast.
That's dope, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. I'm excited to see more stuff like this because I just played Mortal Shell for the stream. I enjoy things that are different than Dark Souls. I enjoy things that take the risk to be like different from that formula. Like Mortal Shell, how its combat is a little more methodical. You get like things are a little slower. A lot of things have weight to it. You're not just like swinging a sword through like a body. Ghost of Tsushima does it a little differently, where it does feel like you're in that movie. It feels like you're in like Seven Samurai or something like that, and it takes like a big part of like Japan's history and does a play on it for the game. I think that's
I love
really
that,
cool.
dude.
Yeah.
Just like it's no secret I'm a fan of the Japanese like culture and everything that comes out of Japan.
I mean, look at my shirt, dog.
Look at mine, dude. Soul Eater, dude.
Man, look at my avatar.
Look at his avatar. No, I know. I love stuff like that. I love like historical.
Oh, shut
stuff.
up, Josh. You're a weeb too, dude.
I love historical stuff, except like Assassin's Creed because they make it too crazy,
Yeah, dude.
They make it super unbelievable.
Oh, dude, I gotta show you this. Dude, I got a display for Demon Slayer.
Show them that plate.
Check this bad boy out, dude. Look at that. How sick is that, dude? Huh?
That thing's cool.
Sponsor a Steel Series. I mean, fucking
Display.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's super dope. Dude.
Actually, Steel Series too. I wouldn't mind being sponsored by them.
Yeah, we'll
Steel
get you
Series
some new
makes some good,
headphones.
dude. Steel Series makes some good stuff. Check that out, man.
Heck yeah, man. I was also talking about Paper Mario though, and that is something close to my heart because I love Paper Mario.
Tasha.
I think it was like it might have been like the second game I ever got for 64, but it's like the one I spent absolutely the most time with. The first Paper Mario game. It's so great, dude. Like I love Mario RPG, but Paper Mario is just like
that was so much better.
An
absolute. Bro, I don't know. You spent a lot of time last night on that Mario game. Couldn't even get past the level.
We beat it though. We beat that
Finally,
Mario
we
game.
had to stop fucking with you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'm just excited, like all this new anime and stuff, though, man. Sorry, I'm going back to like the Japanese and the anime and stuff, but damn.
That's all right.
So excited.
So, if we're gonna talk about anime for 1 second, I want to mention an anime that Kiltridge actually reminded me of, and I'm gonna say the name wrong just because I don't have it in front of my face, but it's the amazing parody anime that is Bobobo.
Oh my god. Also, ready?
Yeah.
Here, this is how it is.
Okay.
Bobobo.
Is it just a two thing? I thought it was like a third one. Okay.
Bobobo.
Okay.
It's the dude with the fro and the nose hairs, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The nose hairs. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen that show. That show is awesome.
Yeah.
That show is really awesome and really funny.
No, but if you really want like good anime, dude, there's some like sequels coming out this fall, but you should definitely catch up on them before you watch them. One of them is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? The title is so misleading, but it's such a good anime. And another one is RE0 starting life in another world. And obviously one of them's an isekai and the other one's like a video game recreation kind of deal where everybody has stats and a level and stuff.
Yeah.
But that one's not actually an isekai.
Okay.
But geez, there's such good animes, and they both have sequels, so you have time to watch basically the full first season, and then come back for these seasons.
Cool. Yeah. Anime time.
Reaction stream by Ish coming up soon.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Reaction stream. I'm just gonna look at it like fucking Clint Eastwood in fucking Gran Torino where he's drinking his coffee. I was talking about Paper Mario. So the reason why I was saying it. No, you're good. The reason I was saying it is because the same day that Ghost of Tsushima comes out, Paper Mario Origami King is coming out. Now, I kind of messed up. I kind of dropped the ball. I wanted to play the Paper Mario games before Origami King was released, but it didn't work out that way. But I'm really excited about this game. It's something that's close to my heart. I'm excited about the battle system. I'm excited about how colorful and wonderful the world looks. The story seems alright. It seems very Paper Mario-like, where it's kind of goofy and dumb. But boy, man, once I get that game, am I fucking gonna stream that and nothing else until I'm done with it.
So for like 9 hours.
It's 9 to 10 hours, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's good to be excited for a game that has a low percentage chance of letting you down.
That's not true because like Paper Mario sticker starring was bad, super bad.
I haven't even heard of that. So
yeah, it was, and then Paper Mario, like Super Paper Mario, was really bad too. So it's got like a 60-40 track record right now. This next game could either make it 50-50 or it can make it, we can get to C minus, you know what I mean?
C minus. That's passing grade.
Yeah, it's average. It's average. Don't let anybody else tell you differently. but yeah, those are things that I've been excited about. Uh, and I wanted to talk about them just a little bit, just very briefly. Uh, because maybe you guys might see that from us too soon. C's get degrees, baby. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
You might feel bad about that shit with your debt, but
Yeah,
C's get degrees, boy. I love it.
yeah,
Uh,
man.
so I'm gonna hand it back down to Chris. I believe you had a new game that you wanted to talk about.
A new game, yes. So, as a lot of you know, I'm a huge fan of Escape from Tarkov, but what most of you don't know is the person who got me into those type of games is sitting right there with the flash hat, and that's Cody, because I think one of the first games we played together was DayZ Standalone when it first came out.
Yeah, man.
And
That game was fun.
yeah, it was fun. And that's what kind of got me into like those types of shooters. So when I heard about this game called Dead Matter,
Oh
it's
yeah,
being developed by Quantum Integrity. So it's got
Very
integrity.
indie.
that's right. If it's got integrity, you know it's good.
Yeah, Quantum Integrity software. It's made using Unreal Engine 4, which is already like a few light years above what Tarkov is being developed on. It's a survival game, a zombie survival game that takes place in Canada,
Oh
which I mean, it's a change, man. It's not Russia. That's where all these games
no,
take
dude,
place.
that's
It's Russia.
that's
That's
also
true.
how you know it's gonna be good, man. Canada? I wish I was in Canada right now. I wish I was in Canada right now.
And I already pre-ordered the game. I have access to like their, you know, little special Discord channel, and I see like I can't talk about it, but I see like the updates they put into it. They're putting so much thought and care into this game that it's like, you know, obviously when you see like the gameplay, like little demos they have on like their YouTube channels and what, like you can see the frame drops. So it's good that they kind of postponed their closed alpha like they did, because I mean they wanted to at least have some type of quality to it. But it looks like it's gonna have like a crafting system similar to Tarkov. It has like you know, like Tarkov has their like gamma containers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna kind of have something like that in this game. Like their inventory system is very Tarkov-esque. So it's like people are saying that it's like DayZ and Tarkov had a baby, and like their zombies look far superior than like DayZ or anything like that.
Let me cut you off really quick. So if Tarkov and DayZ had a baby, conceptually that'd be super cool, but like if you actually put those two things together, you get DayZ that ran like shit and you get Tarkov that runs like shit and you put it together, you know?
Okay, so we're obviously hoping for a better outcome than that. But I highly encourage anyone out there just like go look at the footage. Don't pre-order it yet. I mean, even though the closed alpha has like, you know, NDA, like I'll give you hints if it's worth fucking buying or not. But I mean, it's just go check it out. I mean, they're gonna have like procedurally generated like military bunkers. That's gonna be like a part of their end game. Like they're trying to do a lot of cool stuff that, unlike when like Bungie says they're gonna do something, like these people, like it actually kind of seems like they might be able to pull it off.
Nice. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I'm down with that promise.
So
Uh,
looking forward to that.
I'm just gonna sandbag that really quick by saying the only game that deserves your pre-order money or your Kickstarter money is Out of Reach Treasure Royale, which is still
Oh
on
man,
Kickstarter
that
right
again.
now. So anybody listening, please
That again.
give those guys money, please. I want to be able to play that again, like really bad.
Where
But
are they at right now in their Kickstarter?
you know what? I could find out right now. Let me find out.
They're probably so far behind.
Probably.
Because the Chunga is giving you live updates.
Yeah.
Kickstarter out of reach. 19 days to go. They're about $10,000 behind.
They could do it.
They could do it, dude.
10,000 out of 14,000.
No, don't worry about it.
Everyone go spam PewDiePie to go promote it.
Everybody knows the Kickstarter meets the goal towards the middle, dude. It's fine. It's still got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
You're so hopeful, man. You're so hopeful. I want it to reach its goal just for you, Ish.
Thank you.
Because you want it really bad.
The name of the podcast is hard to read. Is it really? I'm sorry.
The ChungaBunga podcast.
I think it's because we're kind of like on in view of it, but it is the ChungaBunga podcast. And
what he means is like the title of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everything is one word.
Oh,
maybe.
So maybe he means like that. That's hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, sorry about that, but it's too late to change.
Yeah. I actually didn't think it would be so hard to say when
ChungaBunga.
we thought of the name. Sorry though, but it is ChungaBunga. If that's hard, I'm super sorry.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah, maybe we'll workshop it.
Workshop. All right.
Anyways, we were getting to our next point. So you guys say you play Tarkov, and obviously I want to hear more about Tarkov because I want it to be a good game and I want it to be fun. Chris, you were talking about some new stuff coming out in an update.
Indeed. So I believe in our last episode, I mentioned that this week we were supposed to get the patch notes for 12.7, which 12.7 includes the customs expansion and the Senator, which is the scav boss of Shoreline, which that is going to come with its own heap of things. I think that comes with like new stims and stuff like that. And, you know, he's a little more proactive in the map than like the other scav bosses. So we were expecting that this week. And then from there, we were expecting the patch to go live next week, which is typically what happens when, like, you know, they'll release the patch notes early and then they release the update. And there was supposed to be a stream from Battle State Games this week, but it kind of seems like everything was like pushed a week.
Okay.
But very silently, because they announced the patch notes this week, and then they just randomly came out on Twitter this week being like, expect those patch notes next week. And it's like, okay, well, you're not really going to address that it's being delayed, but all right. But I mean, you know, if they need more time, that's fine. But I'm mostly excited about this because for a while now, I think I've mentioned it a few times in the podcast, they're supposed to release a new faction of enemy called the Cultists.
The Cultists, yeah.
Cultists,
okay. They only come out at night, and they're primarily focused around the marked rooms.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. That sounds really cool. That sounds really cool and interesting.
So for the people that don't play Escape from Tarkov or are pretty new to it, marked rooms are like they're called marked rooms because they all have like some really weird identifying features to them. So they're marked. They have marked keys which are like colored in. They're really like cultist feeling, fanatical. And on the inside, there's always like a satanic circle or something on the floor. And it's like super creepy.
That's like okay, I don't remember if it was customs where you could go underground, or if it was reserve. What's the one?
That's reserves.
Is reserves? Okay, so that's that level. I remember seeing like in one of the bunkers or the underground.
Yeah.
There was a room like that. It's right next to the gym.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay, so that's what it's gonna be. That's gonna be like the cultist area room. That's tight. Yes, I remember seeing that room. Okay.
Yeah,
they're gonna be like night maps, right?
Yeah, they only come out at night, so it finally gives me a reason to actually go in at night. And they are primarily like stealth fighters. Like they'll fall back, regroup, and kind of swarm you from the darkness.
Damn.
I guess they're gonna have like melee takedowns,
What?
Oh.
and their weapons. I think Cody, if I remember correctly, didn't kind of like this, but their weapons are laced with poison.
Oh yeah, it's so stupid.
And
Oh.
I'm iffy about it because I know they said you can like craft the antidote, I think, in your hideout,
Ugh.
but it seems a little excessive to me. Like everything about the cultists seems really cool. Like they're gonna have their own like units and like bosses, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's like they're gonna have their own special like scat boss kind of thing. But it's
Okay.
like the poison, I'm kind of like, a little too much in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a little extra. It's considering you can already die pretty quickly in that game.
Yeah, but it adds like that horror element. Cause I can just see like Cody and I having some streams, getting some night vision goggles, and just going in and getting mowed down by them. But they're not going to tell us when they add them in.
Uh-huh.
They're
Just
they
gonna
said
kind of
that
add them in.
they're going to just add them in. So I'm hoping that since 12.7 seems to be the next big update until Streets of Tarkov comes out,
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping it'll be like with that. But if not, maybe sometime in between to keep us, to hold us down until Streets of Tarkov comes out. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, that could be like a whole episode in itself because I'm really excited for Streets of Tarkov.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
You know what I'm excited mostly for is like give the hackers like more places to go instead of my maps.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because they're gonna be searching for that like cultist only loot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one other thing I wanted to say. Like, I doubt anyone at Battlestate Games is listening to this, but please, like region lock the game or something, or do
Please.
something. Like, Cody and I love labs. We love reserve, but it's like it's getting to a point where it's just becoming almost unplayable. Like the chances of you running, into a hacker is just so high in that game right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it'd be more acceptable if it was like 1 in every 10, but it's probably more than half of my games there's a fucking cheater in, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, that's just the world we live in now, where it's just like if there's gonna be some sort of game where there's a reward for winning, like an actual reward, whether it be gear or whether it be like a chicken dinner,
Yeah.
there's just gonna be fucking cheaters,
Self-validation, dude.
So, yeah, self-validation, you need it, dude, especially in a time like this.
Yeah, and I know people will say, oh, get good, but it's like when you see the name of the person who kills you and it's pretty obvious.
666 Zhao
Yeah.
And when it's pretty obvious that they probably cheated, I mean, come on now.
Yeah, and you get instantly headshot. It's always head eyes,
Yeah.
and like you literally peek them for like a quarter second and you're dead,
Yeah.
And like you're stealth walking, you're crouch walking the whole way.
Yeah,
Or if you're not even moving, standing behind a door, not moving at all, like literally hands off the fucking key, and then you hear this guy do metal running all the way up to you, opens your door, and then blasts you through the door.
Yeah. Start
Like-
shooting before the door like opens up to where
Yeah.
you're at.
Yep.
Yeah.
All headshots, full auto.
Because can't they like IP ban or hardware ban? Isn't there something more they can do than just ban the account?
So they do hardware ID ban, but apparently I'm not sure. It's apparently really easy to get around with hardware ID spoofers, and I'm not too familiar with it, but I think it just literally tells the anti-cheat software that your hardware IDs are different than what they actually are.
Yeah, okay.
Then couldn't they do it like maybe like ping wise? Like, if they like, let's say they like region lock the game, and if someone uses like a VPN to get around it, couldn't they like block that if like your ping is like at a certain level? Like that seems like something that they could probably do. I mean, I don't know how like intuitive Unity is with that type of stuff, but like it seems like it should be possible.
So that wouldn't even be a Unity thing. That would be like a server side thing. yeah, they could do that, but would they? No, because think about somebody that's just like in America, really bad ping for some reason, just one off, and then they get banned for it or something. And maybe they should like kick anybody with too high of a ping. You know, maybe not so
Yeah.
much of a ban, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, would their ping be as high as someone in like Beijing using a VPN?
yeah. I mean,
Like-
no, like they probably have like a like. Let me go ahead and check what check my ping. Let's see, like a ping test to China somewhere. No, of course not. Let's do Korea. All right, to Seoul, South Korea.
Uh-huh.
About 172 ms ping.
That's not bad, considering.
Like, I wouldn't be able to play an FPS game with that kind of
no
ping.
way.
No.
That reminds me when I switched my server in Tarkov to Japan,
Oh,
which
man.
by the way, they don't get nearly as many hackers. Like, sorry for if I ruined it for you, Japan, but y'all are lucky. You don't get nearly as many hackers as like we do in this country.
Yeah,
But
man.
I bet
yeah,
I bet that shit's real.
I tried playing Tarkov with pings that high, and I mean sometimes it helps me.
Yeah.
Man.
That's just the state of things.
All right, you guys done with video game talk? Because I want to talk more about anime, man. I want to talk more about anime.
We might have to leave anime for the next one. But you know what? Give us a little preview of what you want to talk about. Give us a little anime.
All right,
preview.
well, you know, like I just said, the RE0 starting Life in Another World. They got a new season going on, and right now I'm rewatching the first season, and oh my goodness, it's brutal. Basically, the premise is like he gets put into another world, and every time he messes up and he ends up dying in that world, he restarts from like a save point, and he gets to redo everything all over again. And at first, it's really jarring to him, and he doesn't know what's going on. But then he quickly understands what's going on, and then he tries to like explain what's going on to somebody, and then some mysterious force like basically kills him every time he tries to tell other people about it. So he can't even tell other people what's going on. Man,
where can you check it out?
This I use Crunchyroll or VRV. VRV is like so Crunchyroll owns VRV, and VRV has a bunch of different stuff. So if you only want Crunchyroll and anime, that's fine. But if you go to VRV, it gives you access to like a bunch of different other
and, like the Rooster Teeth stuff.
Yeah, High Dive, Rooster Teeth, like all that extra stuff.
Yeah,
you can find Harmon Quest in there too.
Oh, that show's great.
But yeah, like right now, that's definitely like if you haven't watched RE0, watch that because man, I'm excited for the next season.
I will say he picks the wrong girl.
Rem best girl.
Yep, definitely.
Man,
that pissed me off so much, man.
Well, you got to know that Rem also kind of said like, "Hey, I know you don't love me, dude." So, yeah, you might have ruined. Yeah, you spoiled it a little bit, by the way. But
good job.
It's still not spoiled, dude. It's still not spoiled. Like I could tell you everything about the anime, and it's so good.
Spoil if I said something like what you'll hear next week on next week's podcast.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any plans for the week coming up?
Yeah. So I'm gonna be trying out streaming a little bit more, a lot bit more. Gonna do a lot of Tarkov and maybe even a little bit of Overwatch. But yeah.
Do you know?
Come tune in.
Do you know when you'll be doing that, or will you put it on the schedule when you figure that out?
You know what? I will figure it out.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd like to kind of have some of the buddies in with some of the Tarkov streaming because Tarkov's way more fun with friends.
I'll be there.
So maybe like during the day a little bit, and then definitely a lot more after like people are getting off work. So
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And you could definitely show people some stuff in Overwatch. I mean, you
yeah,
are pretty high ranked, man.
I was
Okay.
high ranked.
Okay. All
Do not play enough anymore.
right. What about you, Chris? You got anything planned for this week?
Well, other than joining Cody for some good old Tarkov action,
Yeah.
I am just gonna continue to wait for my power supply unit to come in, so I can build my new PC, and then I'll probably start streaming Tarkov as well. There are some, and obviously the highly anticipated. I even know some people that are looking forward to me getting freaked out, but the highly anticipated Resident Evil 7 stream.
Very cool.
And there are some big things that I'm planning for YouTube, but I can't really get into it right now.
Okay.
But yeah, if you follow us on our social medias, you'll definitely see some updates soon on that. But some big things coming to YouTube.
Very cool. Very cool, man. And I'm looking forward to it. That's for sure. As far as schedule for the podcast or schedule for the channel, pretty much same schedule. Wednesday we have the Divinity playthrough, Divinity Original Sin playthrough with our wonderful Chris here, our wonderful big boy here, and
Josh.
and Josh.
Yeah.
And Josh. So, we're still looking for our fourth member, so hopefully somebody can come in and really just bring it all together.
If we can get 500 subscribers, Cody will join us.
502, dude.
502, that's right.
Something that'll never happen. There we go.
When it does happen, oh boy. Oh boy.
Dude, oh man.
That's the goal
Imagine
now.
like
The goal is to get you
somebody
there.
like somebody gifting 500 subs. Could you imagine?
Yeah, me.
No, dude.
Fuck Twitch partner. We're waiting for the 502 subs to get Cody to play Divinity.
Look, I'm trying to do the math. 500 subs. That's like $2,500. Yeah, I think I can do that. I think I can throw that in there somewhere. So we have that Wednesday. On Thursday we have the fighting game hour. I'm thinking of doing either Street Fighter or Dragon Ball Fighters this week. Friday we have Undertale. I'm gonna see if I can finish that off. And what's gonna be taking over Undertale after would be Chris's Resident Evil 7 playthrough.
Hey.
Saturday I'm going to be doing more crowd control stuff. If you came in and checked it out, there's gonna be more of that. I really liked how Dark Souls played on the crowd control, so I think I'm gonna just go with that one. And Sunday's the podcast, 6 p.m. As far as the streams that are scheduled, they're all gonna be 6 p.m. But that's our schedule. That's our week. We are the ChungaBunga podcast. And thanks for joining in. Thanks for tuning in. And we will come back super hard with more content.
Always hard.
Guys, you got anything to say to these beautiful people? Cody's muted. Awesome.
I sure am. Thanks for sticking around. Just, catch us on our socials, join our Discord, hang out. And then ChungaBunga.
ChungaBunga.
Hey, y'all have a good evening. Hope you have a good week. And you know what? I am gonna set a little goal for everyone.
Okay.
If we can get 5 subs by the time this handsome man-ish does his fighting streams, I will 1v1 him in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yes! Yes, please. We need your support and we need your help right now. Okay.
Oh man.
Okay. That's out in the open for sure. I'm down with this. All right, that's it from the ChungaBunga podcast. Now, enjoy this.
Just once again.
Knowledge of organic chemistry is required.
What do you think about that, huh?
Sometimes I just once again.
Organic chemistry is required.
Now, you see what I mean? I'll cut our engine and we'll gliding over them. Otherwise, the noise is liable to start the stampede.